Hello, this is the study room with me, Matthew Bentley, and the child that looks like the Milky Bar Kid's sexually abused brother, Frank Harris.
Oh, God.
Frank Harris.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Right, so what did we talk about in the last one? We talked about Harambe.
We talked about Harambe quite a lot. We talked about my endeavours my goings-on in Leeds.
But,
we discussed the education system and how much of a mess it is.
yeah. We're going to university and you've been sorting out your university stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, and you've been attempting to sort yours out.
Yeah. Have you seen your accommodation or anything like that?
I haven't been to see it. I've seen photos and I've seen the state of the security there, and quite frankly I am appalled.
Fuck off. No, mate, no one's gonna rob students.
They might rob students if they're taking lots and lots and lots of drum gear, which I'm definitely not doing now.
If you break into a student's flat, all you're gonna find is condoms and pot noodles. No one
Except
is
in
gonna.
my case, I'm not going to be having sex that much, if at all, and I'm going to be living off healthy, nutritious food, not pot noodle.
You fucker. You fucker.
What? Just because I want to take care of my health, and I'm going to go to the gym every night. I take care of myself too well. I give myself too much food.
You're like a young David Mitchell who isn't funny.
To be honest, I reckon I'm probably heavier than David Mitchell.
Alright, you're like a young fat David Mitchell who isn't funny.
But I don't look fatter than David Mitchell because I've got more height than him.
Fair enough.
I'm nigh on 200 pounds.
You're what?
I'm nigh on 200 pounds.
I only know stone, I can't do.
I'm nearly 14 stone.
I think I'm about 10. 11, maybe.
And I'm guessing, more, the ratio between muscle to fat in you is greater than mine.
Yeah, cause, I've not got a lot of height, so I don't know if that's a factor.
Yeah.
I'm like 5'8".
Oh, thank God you've accepted the fact that you're not.
Shut the fuck up!
Accepted the fact
Shut the
Philo
fuck
is
up.
not 5'10".
I'm wearing a hat, so it makes up for it.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
So you've not been to your accommodation at all?
No.
Do you know who you're going to be living with?
Yeah, I've talked to 2 of the 3 people I'm sharing a flat with on Facebook.
Oh, God. I bet they're fucking dreading it.
One of them actually seems like a pretty cool guy. I said to him, I'm a little bit worried because I can't cook. You know what he said to me?
Oh.
He said, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I fucking love cooking. I'll cook you some tasty dishes." I can't remember whether or not there was a winky face. If there was a winky face, I'm now starting to think that could be something I should be frightened about.
He sticks his knob up through some popcorn.
Oh, Christ.
I'm going to be living in my own flat. I'm not going to be sharing with anyone. It's
I bet that rent's through the fucking roof.
Yeah, I know. It's I got in a bit late, so I literally just had to take whatever I could get.
Go on. How much?
I think they've knocked $1,000 off for me a year. They've knocked $1,000 a year off for me, and
Right.
But even then, I'm gonna have to be relying on my mum for support. I think it's about $5,000 a year.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm going to try and reapply come October and see if I can get anywhere else. Because that is an option apparently, so I might only be living there for a month.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be like a month in the lap of luxury and then a shithole for the rest of the year. But, yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to get somewhere else cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And, but still, even if I can't, my mum says she's more than willing to support me, so I'll take that. If not. But, what really gets me is there's a Facebook group for my block of flats. Have you got that?
We've kind of, yeah, but we don't really. The main thing that comes up in accommodation comes into discussion with is the actual college chat, the university.
It's not a group chat.
Sorry, not chat page. There's a page that we all put statuses on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same thing, and it's mostly just people posting their addresses to find out who the neighbour's gonna be.
Right.
And I'm looking at that like, you don't know any of these people, and you're broadcasting where you're gonna be living next month. You know, I'm a pervert, and now I have your address. Is that
you're a perv?
I personally am a pervert, and now I've got their address. Joke's on them.
All right, I'm off.
Frank,
What?
you're not sexually attractive to me in any way, shape, or form, or anyone for that matter.
That's good. Whoa, anyone? I'm sure there's someone out there that thinks I'm not physically repulsive.
Like the Milky Bar Kid sexually abused look.
Well, I don't know where you've got sexually abused from. I've never
It's
been
your
sexually...
face.
Right.
You've got a face like someone who's had their ring destroyed. Like Frodo.
Are you taking the mick out of it? Anyways, it's Sauron whose ring's destroyed. It was Sauron that created the ring, you muppet.
Oh, fuck. You know what, Frank? You've just changed my fucking perception of you completely. You are now the sexiest man alive after that.
Anyway,
It was Sauron's
Anyway,
ring
was the ring destroyed thing a piss take of my eyesight? Because I can't help the way
Oh,
my
fuck
eyes
off. I don't even know how you've made that leap.
because my eyes look a bit weird. My eyes are constantly.
I'm
on the
talking
piss.
about your arsehole.
Well, you're not looking at my arsehole. You've
No,
never
I'm
seen
not.
my arsehole. So why are you jumping to conclusions about the aesthetics of my arsehole?
I'm jumping to a conclusion about the aesthetics of your face.
So why are you talking about arseholes?
You've got the face of someone who's looked like they've got their arsehole destroyed.
And how have you jumped to that conclusion?
Look at your face.
I do
Look
every
in the mirror.
day.
Look, I feel sorry for you.
Anyway, looking in the mirror is a poor representation of what you look like. Because
Is
in
it?
the mirror, everyone thinks they look like about a 5+, but in reality, I'm much less than that. In fact, I sometimes look in the mirror and think, to be honest, I don't really understand why girls don't find me attractive, and then when I see photos of myself, I think, that's why. And then I listen to this podcast and I think, that's why.
I don't think I don't think I'm drop dead gorgeous. I wouldn't say I was horrible looking. I don't know. I think I'm all right. I must have some appeal, hopefully. That's what I'm going for. I mean, I don't listen to this podcast actually, and I can take a good photo. I can take a bad photo. Yeah, I'm just average, I think. I do okay, Frank. Feel free to jump in this conversation at any point.
I'm keeping my mouth shut, Matty. If I say anything, I might regret it.
What, me being ugly?
No.
Oh, you're gonna give
maybe.
me. You're gonna
I
give me a
don't know.
compliment.
Well,
then.
I have no opinion on whether you're attractive or ugly.
So you've never looked at another man and gone, they're quite good.
Yeah, just not you.
Just not me.
For instance, there's Michael C. Hall.
Yeah, he's a good-looking man.
He's quite good looking.
He's a good-looking man.
Who else? Strider / Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. I can see why some people.
Oh
find him
yeah,
attractive.
He's not bad either.
Johnny Depp. He's quite good looking.
Yeah.
If you like that sort of thing.
I'm not really a massive fan of him. My imagination would jump straight to him when if I'm thinking of good-looking male celebrities, I wouldn't automatically go Johnny Depp.
No.
About what's his name now?
David Mitchell.
What the fuck? Where the fuck have you got David Mitchell from there?
Well, in one of the episodes of the podcast, I said that I had a man crush on David Mitchell.
You fucking weirdo. Alright, Tom Hardy, he was who I was looking for.
Oh, right, no, definitely not.
Not Tom Hardy?
No.
Nah.
Because whenever I see Tom Hardy, I think either Bronson or the guy from The Warrior. Is that what it's called? The cage fighting film.
I haven't seen Warrior. It is The Warrior, but I've not seen it.
Yeah, whenever I think of those two, I think, no, they're not the best looking.
Yeah, I see so many girls fucking drooling over him and fucking lusting for him that much. But I honestly think if Tom Hardy came to me and said, would you like to have sex? I'd go, might as well. Because fuck it.
Well, if a girl
Fuck it.
finds out that you've had sex with Tom Hardy, they might think that by having sex with you, they have themselves had sex with Tom Hardy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
That's the way I
fucking
look at it.
it's gonna be a fucking mentally ill girl who's gonna think like that.
Well, provided they're a nice person. I don't think.
Mate, I've dated some nutters.
Right.
None of them are nice people.
Don't say nutter. Nutter's not a nice...
You've just said nutter.
No.
I swear you just said nutter.
No, you just said nutter.
What's wrong with nutter?
Isn't nutter supposed to mean, headbutting the wall? And
No.
headbutting the wall being, an association with the mentally challenged.
Mate, I'm not saying they're retarded. I'm not saying...
Isn't that where nutter came from?
I ain't got a clue. It's not...
Anyway, come on.
It doesn't mean, fucking retarded. It means mental, like... psycho.
Right. You mean like that girl you got molested by?
Yeah. She's a bit of a nutter. And I just seem to attract him. I don't know. All my girlfriends have been nutters.
Matthew Bentley in The Nutter Whisperer, a new documentary on 5.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. Do you remember that Portuguese girl I was dating?
Were you ever dating?
We went on like one date.
Yeah. Well, that's not really dating.
Well, we went on one date, and basically it didn't work out because we didn't have appropriate. It just didn't work out. We didn't have time. Neither of us had time for each other.
Right.
I was either working every day she was free, and she was at college, or working every time I was free or whatever. So it didn't work out. Right. Just didn't have time. That's how it goes. I said, you know what, we can stay friends, but I just don't think we should date. It was me who called it off. I was just like, look, we'll stay friends, but it's just not gonna work out. About a week later, she messages me, and I'll see if I can get the chat up. What did she message me with initially? Let's find out.
I'm sorry, I just don't think this is gonna work out. It's not you, it's me, I promise.
I didn't say that.
No, is that what she said?
No, she put, blah blah blah. You've got a hold of me. I go, what? She goes, don't even know your power. I go, these song lyrics. And this went on for like, how long did it go on for? This went on for 15 minutes of her messaging me gibberish. And
cryptic sentences that you were trying to...
Yeah, she goes, show me an open door. I sent a picture of an open door. And put happy. Anyway, it turned out that she was messaging me Justin Bieber lyrics.
Oh, fuck. I'd chuck her at that point.
And I just didn't have a fucking clue. And she was like, no hard feelings? And I was like, I don't know why you're sending me She got the idea from a video entitled... pranking my ex-girlfriend with Justin Bieber.
Right.
And I'm like, love, we went on one date where I hardly qualify as an ex-boyfriend. So, but to be honest, that's like the least psycho I've ever had someone go on me. That is the least psycho I've ever had someone go on me.
So every other instance of time you've spent with a girl, they've always been more psycho than them. I've seen you in the company of females, not maybe in that way, but I've seen you in the vicinity of females, and there have been females that have been a lot less mental than that, so that's obviously not true.
But, well, in terms of girls I've dated...
Oh, right, well, maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I had one girl, and she was a proper control freak. I think we went out for about a month. And she didn't like me using the word would. WOULD. And I go...
What's wrong with that?
That's what I was like. Apparently it implied she wasn't getting her own way. And I was like, well, that is general... Well, surely the word could implies you're not getting your own way.
No, that's implying that there's the possibility of...
I mean, yeah, that implies there's the possibility of, but I'm not going to do it. Whereas would implies it's an impossibility, but I would do
exactly.
it. So surely the word could would be worse.
I think
then
I think the word is the worst is either must or will.
Yeah, it was like And I'm like, I will use another word for wood if you can give me another word for wood, because I can't think of anything synonymous with it. Google's not giving me anything. I go, if you can give me another word for wood, I will fucking use it.
Erection.
And I'm not... No, not... Frank.
Just try to be funny, mate. Sorry.
But, yeah, we had an hour-long conversation about that. Well, an hour-long argument about it. And it was just like, you've given... What you're asking for requires 200 years of that language development. There is nothing I can fucking do.
Talking about language development, there's a word that's spelt A-T-E. It's the past tense of to eat. How would you pronounce that?
Ate.
So you wouldn't pronounce it et.
No, I'd say I ate.
So you wouldn't say I ate some bread.
I ate some bread.
You wouldn't say that fox ate my plimsoll.
You fucking posh cunt. That fox ate my plimsoll.
Yeah, ate my plimsoll. It's a David Mitchell quote, but you know. But yeah, but you wouldn't pronounce it et.
No.
Well, that's wrong. Sorry. I mean, it's the way Yorkshire people pronounce it nowadays, but back in the day, the day.
Do you know what, Frank? That may be the least interesting facts I've ever been told.
Right.
That might just take the cake.
What about the word that's spelt S-A-Y-S?
Says.
Would you, in a sentence, would you say says, or would you say says?
Matthew says Frank is getting on his nerves.
But you wouldn't, would you? You'd say says, because it's right and it takes less effort. Says.
Matthew says he really likes Star Trek.
Alright, when you were in primary school and the teacher says, let's play Simon Says, they wouldn't, would they? They'd just say,
do you want to play Simon Says? Do you want to play Simon Says?
Simon Says.
Simon Says, says. Go on, Frank.
Says.
You fucking lost that game.
Well, we actually played Simon Says.
I bet you were fucking shit at Simon Says, Frank.
Says.
You're shit at Simon Says.
No, I wasn't.
You're shit at Simon Says.
Does Simon say I'm shit at Simon Says?
Simon says Frank is shit at Simon Says.
So that must mean I am then.
Yeah. Anyway.
Have you got any sexual anecdotes?
I think I can pull something together. Go on.
Pull something from your pot of sex?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's run the jingle then in that case.
Max's sexual anecdotes, he'll tell you how to do it, so you better take notes. Maxie will put on his specs and reach deep into his pot of sex.
Okay, what have you got for us?
Let's have a look. This ex-girlfriend I was just talking about, who was really fucking controlling and proper control freak, she got back in touch with me.
Right.
After like 6 months of not talking and having me blocked on Facebook, she got back in touch.
Right.
To let me know, what was she letting me know? Yeah, she inboxed me to let me know she'd sat a driving test and failed.
Hold on, is this the one that you've discussed before?
Have I?
No. Is this the one that you've discussed on the podcast at length before many times?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I'm doing it again. I hope she's fucking listening to this. Because she... I made a rape joke on Facebook like 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah, and she dumped you.
Yeah, and she dumped me for that. She brought it up again.
Oh.
I'm like, it was fucking 6 months ago, get over it. I'm like, alright, fair enough. Like, I can understand if people are offended by rape jokes, you know. Basically, I just won't be friends with you, or I at least won't be that close with you. Because I think getting offended by jokes is kind of ridiculous. Rape or otherwise. But, you know, it's like... surely you drop it after like 6 months. Surely you let it go after 6 months.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
I've told people much more offensive jokes than what I'm imagining the joke you told was, and they've all found it funny. And they all accept it as a joke, not to be taken seriously.
And even if they are offended, you don't bring it up after 6 months. You just don't.
No.
It's not worth it. But yeah, she brought it up after 6 months, and I was like, not this again. So for a joke, I set a name to. I'm not going to name drop her, but basically head stress than her actual name.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I called her a head stress.
I think people have pretty much guessed what her name is now.
It rhymes. It rhymes.
And it begins with a consonant.
Thank you, Frank.
That's after H in the alphabet.
Yeah, I think you've given them too many clues there. But yeah, head stress. Yeah, so I called her a head stress, and she goes, "I am not." And I go, "You are a bit." And immediately after I said that, she goes, "Look, do you want to see a picture of my tits or not?" And I went,
Sorry, where the hell did that even come from?
"That's what I thought." That's what I was like. What even are you? What even are you? I call you a head stress, and you get your tits out, and I'm like, yeah, go on. Anyway, she got her nipples pierced, so that's good for her. You know, I was tempted to go fuck her after that because I've never fucked anyone with nipple piercings before.
Right.
But she was looking for like a fuck buddy thing, even though she hated my guts.
Did you take her up on it?
Did I fuck?
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. You don't fucking paint over a canvas you've already painted on.
That is not so sexual anecdotes.
Well, I got a picture of the tits out of it. And she goes to me, we got into another argument a few days later because she kept inboxing me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and she goes, look, why can't we just get back together? Well, no, she didn't say that. She went, what? Would you even want to have sex with me? And I went, no. And she goes, why not? And I wrote a list.
Been there, done that.
I wrote a list. I gave her a bullet point list of reasons.
Sorry, can you find these reasons?
I can get it go. Let's have a look.
In the meantime, I'll tell the audience an extremely offensive joke.
Go on then.
So, a family walks into a talent agent's office, and the talent agent says, hold on, are you a family act? And the family say, yeah, we're a family, you know, it's me, my wife, and my son and daughter, our little baby boy, and my mother-in-law's here for fun. We dragged her along. And the talent agent says, but we don't normally hire family acts because they're usually too cute. And then the family says, but well, no, I can guarantee you we're cute in a kind of way you've never seen before. You're going to like us, I'm sure. So the talent agent says, okay, you've got 2 minutes. Impress me. Have you found the list?
I have. I'm
not going to finish this joke. To save my face, I'm not going to tell it on a podcast.
Okay.
In the end, the family start doing lots and lots of weird, probably illegal shit with each other. And in the end, the talent agent says to the father, I've never seen an act like that before in my life. What do you call yourselves? And the father puffs out his chest and raises up his arms, and he goes, the Aristocrats.
I wasn't listening, I was reading the list.
All right.
But, yeah, the joke really wasn't for me anyway.
Read the list. Reason 1 why you wouldn't want to have sex with head stress.
Before we got together, I was recording music. You immediately said you never wanted to hear any of this as you didn't care. That's just not nice.
Reason 2 why you didn't want to have sex with head stress.
Whilst together, right, just to give some context, I'm a huge fan of comic books, right?
I think they know that.
Whilst together, you constantly asked if I fetishised comic book characters. This made me uncomfortable. I don't fetishise comic book characters. I've already said I don't. You don't need to ask again. It was like every other day. I'll tell you how often it was. Every time we had sex, it was like, would you like it if I dressed as Wonder Woman? Right?
Reason 3 why you would not want to have sex with head stress.
You make it impossible to please you, even forbidding the word would. When I pointed out there was nothing synonymous with this word, you blamed me.
Reason 4 why you would not want to have sex with head stress.
Despite all this, you can't seem to take your own medicine when others put you down for banter.
What?
I would give it back. I wouldn't just sit back and take it. Like, an example of this was, she said to me, like, I wear a lot of hats, I wear a lot of superhero t-shirts,
Yeah.
sometimes I wear sunglasses, and I've got a beard.
Yeah.
She
Kind
said,
of.
yeah, I've shaved recently, so it's just a little bit of gristle now. But she said to me, you're going to stop wearing it, before meeting my friends, we're going to stop you wearing hats, we're going to stop you wearing superhero t-shirts, you're going to get a shave, and we're going to put you in a nice stripy t-shirt.
Sorry, did you not tell her to fuck off at this point?
I said to her, okay, before you meet my friends, get on treadmill and get a boob job.
Oh, nice.
And she couldn't take it. She couldn't take that, basically. You know, I thought that was fair enough.
That is fair enough. She can't contradict what the fuck you do.
Yeah.
That's where you should have ended it. You shouldn't. No.
Yeah. Anyway, so she goes, also you pretended to be pregnant a few times for a joke with complete and utter disregard of the emotion that could be brought on with such news and let down of finding out it was bollocks. Thankfully I'm not thick and didn't fall for it.
Right.
She said she was pregnant a few times. I knew what she was like, I never believed her, but, you know, if I had been more gullible, that could have hurt my feelings quite bad.
Mm-hmm. Is there any more reasons, or is that?
That was it, but, yeah, I've not heard from her since.
Okay.
She also said, what are the odds of us actually sleeping together? And I said, about as likely as Leonard Nimoy reprising his role of Spock. And she goes, how likely is that? I go, well, he's dead. It's not very likely.
Who do you miss more, Leonard Nimoy or Harambe?
Harambe! 10 out of 10 times I will miss Harambe more than anyone. Even all my exes. And my dead relatives. Harambe. I'm getting a Harambe tattoo.
You are not getting a Harambe tattoo.
You get a Harambe tattoo.
I'm not going to get a Harambe tattoo.
I think
Why
you
the
should.
hell would I get a tattoo of just some random silverback gorilla who happened to get shot?
It's not a random silver. Have you got another Hateful Harris, or should we just stop it here?
No, I haven't got another Hateful Harris, but no, we are not ending here. I need to drill into you the fact that Harambe was nothing special. He was just a silverback gorilla that happened to be thought...
You know what? Now that you've said that, this is the last episode of the study room. There'll be nothing else. I can't work with you again.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Bollocks. Yes, you can.
Nope. Harambe was not just a gorilla.
He was.
He wasn't.
He was just a gorilla until he got shot on the media.
No! 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 Harambe was... Harambe's music saved my life.
Harambe didn't make music. The only music Harambe made was the sounds of splashes when he was dragging the child through the water.
Right. Let me prattle off a list of Harambe's songs.
Rattle off, not prattle off.
Rattle off. Right. Jungle Book. That was a brilliant song by Harambe.
No. Sorry,
Welcome to
the Jungle Book. The Jungle Book, a single song. You mean not lots of songs?
Welcome to the Jungle by Harambe.
No, that's by Guns N' Roses. You mug.
Sniper No Sniping.
That might be a Harambe song. I've never heard it elsewhere.
I'm not referencing a song there, Frank. I'm referencing Dora the Explorer, Swiper No Swiping.
Alright.
I'm not explaining all of them.
Okay.
But
yeah, which songs in the Jungle Book did Harambe make then? If you're so adamant that he did, or did he just write the whole score to the?
He wrote the whole film.
Right.
He wrote the whole film. Did Harambe?
So I'm guessing the "Trust in Me" song didn't really work when that bloke was pointing a gun at him.
No. Have you seen
Trust in me.
the Harambe rap?
No.
Someone's like, what gets me is I've heard a lot of raps pause right. If you've not heard this song, pause it now. Go listen to oh shit, what was it? What was the name of the song now? Mourn You Till I Join You by Tretch, and that's a tribute to Tupac.
Right.
And I can't remember the name of the Harambe rap, but the guy rapping the Harambe rap delivers it with the same amount of emotion, and, you know, he takes himself just as seriously as Tretch did when he was mourning the death of his friend. Like, this guy, I was convinced this guy actually did miss Harambe. And it was just so funny. Because he was like rapping about how hard life is on the streets and occasionally remember like dropping Harambe's name in. And it's just like... Harambe was shot in a zoo, not a drug deal.
Well, maybe... No, it was kind of a drug deal. Maybe to Silverback Gorillas, children are drugs. And he was trying to... When he was dragging the child across
He was trying to get high off children.
It was taking the child over to another Silverback Gorilla who was going to get him some money to help buy weapons to get out of the zoo.
He was planning an escape with Harambe.
Yeah, we should write a film.
Shit.
You write the screenplay in 3 years' time when you've got out of university, and I'll do the movie score when I've got out of my 3 years at uni.
And plot twist, Bush did Harambe.
What?
Bush did Harambe.
Alright.
Bush did 9/11 and he did Harambe.
Well, that's illegal if he did Harambe. That's bestiality's illegal.
Well, 9/11 wasn't illegal.
Well, 9/11 was illegal, but, you know, he didn't do 9/11, so...
Hashtag Frank loves 9/11.
What?!
Frank loves Bin Laden.
If I'm watching a Try Not to Laugh video and someone feels the need to put a 9/11 meme or 9/11 edited thing in there, I turn off the Try Not to Laugh because I think that's going too far, because 9/11 was a tragedy.
I'll tell you what I saw recently, actually. Do you know them Try Not to Cringe challenges?
I've heard of them, yeah.
I was watching a white kid cringe challenge, and it was like all these white kids being emo or making a shit rap music video or trying to be threatening.
Yeah.
Like, just all kinds of cringy white people stuff. And one of the videos the guy included was a guy called Dylan Klebold shouting at the camera and trying to intimidate and trying to be scary. The thing about Dylan Klebold is he was one of the Columbine shooters. He went into his high school in Columbine and shot it up.
Yeah.
And then turned the gun on himself. And this footage, and I'd seen I knew this because I'd seen the documentary and seen the footage they used before. And I'm like, surely it's in bad taste to incorporate that into a cringe compilation.
What, the actual video an actual video that the guy had made before shooting up?
Yeah, he apparently they were really big fans of action films, so they used to make their own.
By going to their state comprehensive school and shooting it up.
No, they didn't. They used to make action films where they'd rescue a classmate from being kidnapped or whatever.
Right.
And you know, they used to make they had these like hard, tough guy characters that they'd put on and shout at the camera and all that.
Right.
And then they went into school and shot it up, and it was something from their home videos that they used in the cringe compilation and this documentary, and I was like, yo. But I went through the comments, and there was a YouTube account named after the second shooter who was like, I want some copyright royalties from this, or something like that. That made me laugh. That made me laugh. The cringe compilation, I was a bit like, okay, the real cringe here is you've put that in. But I laughed at the copywriting thing from the second shooter.
Well, we've gone a little bit over time, but that was fun.
That was the study room with
Yep.
Matthew, Bentley and Frank Harris. Signing
Ciao.
off.